Hi guys, it's going to be another tutorial just to kind of fast track you guys into GoatTracker. So again, just like instrument, going to call it, I don't know, beep, whatever you want to call it. I'm going to do some attack and K. If you want to use the envelope stuff, make sure there's a 1 in here, so like 2, 1, and then FF to close it. Point at the wave table, so that's 0, 1 here, it's going to use that. And I think everything else is fine. Right, so that's got a long release, so let's just do a short one. Probably a decay actually. Let's try that again. There we go. So I'll give that 7 and maybe that 5. Let's just do some beats, some bass sounds. And then if you hold down shift and go all the way to the top, control C, go down to 32 there and control V, and then F2. So then we're going to do a kick sound, so click there and we'll call it kick. Now the way I like to do a kick is just to kind of make the sound go do, like, you know, from high to low, do 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 do. So it's going to basically be, we're going to point at 0, 3, and I'll just put in some values in here, A and A, just to hear how it's going to sound, and 2 on, so we'll start at a high note, let's do 40, then we're going to go 30, 20, 10, and just finish there. Let's hear how that might sound. Right, so it's gone quite high, probably because we're on a high note. Let me just work out what's happening. Right, as low as we can go. Maybe not the best note. Right, and we can actually end the note there, or reduce the release. Let's go higher. Let's do A, 8, 4, 0. It's actually gone really high there for some reason. Let's do 8, 6, 4, 2. I'm going to put in some notes here just to hear what's happening. So, not notes, these are like delays, so yeah, for some reason it's gone really high. Let's do 3, 2. Alright, I'm going to take that out there actually. I made that way too high, I realised. So, right, it's more like that. And take away this delay now. And shorten the decay. Yeah, that's sort of it, right? That's the start. I can refine it later. Make it work first, make it good later. Right, let's delete all that. So basically I'm playing a note, it's getting, I don't know, 12 added to the bass note, then 8, then 3, then nothing. Right, can try different. That's much more of a kick sound, right? So it's basically going doom, doom, right? It's really quick. So you can try different octaves by right click or left click here, right click to go lower, left click to go higher. If you want it to be a bit louder, you can probably put the decay up to like B or something. But here it'll last longer as well. So let's try 9. Quite liked it lower. Try different tones. Right, let's just go with the C here. Right, I'm just going to copy from C 3 up to 1 and then just paste that. That way it will skip itself 4 forward. And just keep pasting that. F2 to play. Right, and you can always refine this. So if you do insert and put in like a 2-1, you need to repoint this back to 3 because it when you inserted it repointed itself. So if you do shift and 1, you can just hear that one. You can mess about with this note. Quite like that. Alright, so and we come back and we can put a little bit of attack in there. Right, so let's say that's your core loop, right? Your bass in your drum. Yeah, sure, you can later on you can learn how to put these into one instrument to save a channel, so you can kind of mix them in a way. There's certain ways to do that. It's a bit more technical. I'll cover that in another video. But let's say you want to start building up your track. If you go up to the RSTs and do insert, you can insert a few of these to start building up your song. So we know that pattern 0 and pattern 1 here, that's your channel 1, channel 1, channel 2, right? Channel 1, channel 2. We know that they're going to be used quite a lot, so 0, 1, 0, 1. So it's going to go 0, 1, 0, 1, and then 2's got nothing in it. We could then say 3 and 4 and 5, right? And that way we can sort of make a song up using this channel 2. So let's make up a, I don't know, a lead of some kind. Let's call it lead. And let's just go up to the top. You can press home to get to the top, and let's just put in a C. Can't hear anything yet. Let's do F and F, and wavetable is going to be 9, and then I'll put in like a 41, right, FF. So it's basically going to be a pulse table that's going to use the attack and decay and stuff. And we just need to put in something up here. I'll just put in those. I forget what the values are again, what you have to do. So I'll just go for that for now. And now I need to point everything. So pulse table is going to be 1. Right, and F4 to F1, F4, F1 to play, F4 to stop everything, right? And if you want to make this kind of slide, you can put 3s in here with no value, and it will be immediate. So if I do shift 1 and 2, and then we can just hear that, right? And we can get that kind of pseudo arpeggio right through these notes, instead of us baking the notes into this where they're fixed. We can do it here, right? Right, and then I'll just do another one. I just want to copy that again and again. Oh, I've done that wrong. So let's just copy that and paste it, paste it, paste. Let's hear it with those two. And right, and you heard it was trying to play the next part of the song there, but there's nothing in pattern 3, so I just need to do something different with this. So we got that. And then we're going to go to F. So A. Oops. I'm going to copy that. Right, so I'm basically following that first note from the bass line, the D, the F, and the A as my first note for my little pseudo arpeggio there. Right, let's listen to that. Right, so let's see, it's actually playing another note there because the 3 has been gone from it. So I did, so fixing that. But also I want it to play note 24, so I'll take away the 3s from there. Oh, note 3. So what I'm basically taking away is the slide. So when you use the slide without any value, it's immediate, right? It's going to happen right away. So let's just check that. Right, we just missed that 56. So I'm going to take not the first 3 because that's the lead, the second 3 because that's the slide. So now listen to that. Let's say I wanted to go higher with that. There's 2 options. I could put a C in here. Sounds quite nice. Even higher, put 18. Right. So that's really that one way to do it. Or you can just basically shift over everything here, and then I'll play the tune so you can hear what's happening. So I'll do Shift and A to bring the notes down. I'll try and go to that D2 and go. So that's lower. I want to go higher. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. And then again, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. So that sounds quite nice, right? If I want to modify that sound, I'll insert, and I'll do another insert. I can do a 7 and a C, and then loop that back to A. There we go, like that. So it's basically going between these 2 notes, bass note and that note, and I can choose the delay in here. Here. Just now it's going through that pulse table. The pulse table is making it really thin sound. So that sounds quite cool. Right, so if we want to build up the song, so we're basically just playing this lot. So I need pattern 3 to do something different. So I can just change this to 3. If I press F3, it's only going to play what's here, this pattern. Right, F3 is a good testing thing. So I can do something else. So now if I press F1, it's basically going to start playing through the song. There's nothing in 4 or 5 yet, but let's hear how that sounds. Putting a bum note there by accident. So when it's red, that's where it's at. You don't see it change the green part, but it's moved to red. So F1 plays the song, F2 plays the yeah, there's a bum note in there, but it sounds alright. F2 plays, I think, from the current, if you do shift and space, see, F1 will play from this, it will force it to play. F1 will force it to play from the start of the song. F2 will play from wherever you do shift space. Shift space when you're up here, right? You want to play it from that point because you might be testing a little area, just testing if that loop sounds good or whatever, right? These are, it's going to return to another point. So to be honest, I don't really need like all of these. If I'm just going to keep playing that same rhythm over and over again, if these two are like constant for the whole song, I can play the song like this essentially. See, these continue to loop, but this carries on. And I can basically say, well, this is going to reset to position, let's say this is position 1. That'll basically go, the song will go this, all 3, then the second bar will basically repeat these 2, then it will go there, then it will go back to this point, this position 1, but these are told to constantly repeat. So these are like the voice, each voice has its own sort of sequence if you like, and they all work together. So let's play from F1. Okay, so it carried on playing these 2. I forgot it would do that, but basically if I delete these 2, it's gonna go back to that. We'll try that one more time. I'm just gonna do shift space so that these are green, just so that you don't get confused. The shift and space just sets the starting point. If you press F2, we're just pressing F1. So it's always going to do that now, because it's constantly looping back to point 1. This is point 0. You don't see that, but Right, that's really it. That's really all you have. If you want to see the track move, just do Shift and F1. You'll see that. That's really that. There'll be more to talk about in another video, but I just wanted to cover those because I had a few questions around about how this kind of works. But yeah, that's really it. If there's anything else, oh yeah, if you did want to make the tracks themselves, the channels shorter, for example, this is just a constant beat. You can essentially delete when you're down at this word PATT. If you do delete from there, I can make this like 0 to 15, right? And it should work the same. Oh, it's lapsing out now. It's quite interesting. And you can do insert all the same, and then hopefully it doesn't lapse out. So it's got a different kind of tracking to it. If you do Shift and F2, it will follow that. But everything else continues as normal. Shift and F1, it will track voice 1. I think could be the track you're on. Yeah, whatever track you're on. But that's really it. Hopefully that helps a few of you out there still learning GoatTracker, and I look forward to doing more of this in the near future. Thanks for watching. Bye.